Trust culture is very attractive to millennials. Because they are so well nurtured, I don't think there's ever been a generation in modern times that's as well nurtured as these millennials. Since the time they were born, their time has been structured, they've been watched over and protected, and hey, in today's world they need to be. But when they were born, there were whole toy industries launched. Toy shops became toy warehouses in many parts of the world. Toys R Us emerged. Whole book industries emerged, like Harry Potter. How many have not heard of Harry Potter? Okay, we're all living on the same planet. And not just books for the children, but books for the parents about the children. We have Abraham Maslow style books about activating your children's inner potential. All of this started around the time the millennials first appeared. Whole new industries were born. It's so well nurtured, in fact, that in some cases it is hyper nurtured, which is a problem for many employers. In fact, in a number of surveys we have studied, we've collated the findings from around the world and discovered that these are some of the top responses from business leaders when it comes to millennials. Spoilt, in constant need of emotional reinforcement and somewhat emotionally brittle. There's a few heads going. You can give them encouragement, and if you give them instruction, do it in a very quiet voice. Many leaders see them as self-occupied. They're interested in themselves and their friends, but they're not really too much into a cross-generational enterprise. Many say they disregard authority figures while expecting a lot from authority figures. So the boss is supposed to be like mum or dad. Liberal, democratic, supportive, coaching along the way. How many know the boss can't do that all the time? The boss is the boss. And oftentimes, employers say they're unwilling to commit. They want to maximize opportunities for themselves in the shortest possible space of time and have some fun. I think there's actually a reason for the last one, but I'll come back to that in just a moment. Because they are hyper-nurtured, this generation puts a high premium on trust. It tends to believe that if people are given the right opportunities and then are willing to show some transparency and accountability, they should be given the trust to get on with the job and not be micromanaged. And so we've seen emerge a new trust economy, again, driven by digital technology. I don't know how big eBay is in this part of the world. Has anybody here already bought anything on eBay or any other shop like it online? I bought clothes on eBay, I bought equipment on eBay. I bought a car once on eBay. Lasted me for years. It was a BMW, an old one, but it lasted me for years. Do you know the currency on eBay is not the rand, it's not the pound, it's not the dollar, it's trust. If you don't have a high trust rating on eBay, you can't sell anything. This peer-to-peer trust retailing then spread to microfinance. Groups like Kiva.org. Have a look at it online when you get home. Kiva.org was the first micro-enterprise site that allowed you to lend to the working poor. You can become a small-time or small-scale venture capitalist supporting someone in India or in Central Africa digging wells or forming a new enterprise of some kind. And it's all based on character lending because there's no collateral in these areas. There's no credit ratings, so they do character lending. They talk to the neighbors. Is this guy trustworthy? Has he got a plan? Do you think the plan will be carried through? Then we'll lend the money. And you might say that is a recipe for disaster, but their default rate on loans is 1.5%. Bank of America is over 7%. The trust culture then, the trust economy, has spread to what we now call crowdsourcing. During the recent recession, young entrepreneurs found out they could no longer get large sums of money in the normal way from venture capitalists. So they worked out, it's common sense really, but they worked out that they could get large sums of money over a large number of people in small denominations. So instead of one person giving $1 million, we have thousands of people giving $1,000. This is crowdsourcing, and it's all again based on digital technology and is driven largely by young adult millennials.